Why this video matters. Cross-border payments are on the verge of a complete transformation. And if you're holding XLM, you need to pay close attention, because this isn't just another market cycle. This is a pivotal moment that could redefine Stellar's role in the global financial system. See, Stellar isn't just attending Paris Blockchain Week 2025. They're stepping onto the world stage, ready to make a power move that could send shockwaves through the entire industry. But the real question is, are you seeing the bigger picture? Because the reality is this: the next major shift in blockchain finance is already happening. And the ones who recognize it first, they're the ones who capitalize before the masses even understand what's going on. Think about it. Why do you think major banks are suddenly circling? Why is institutional adoption quietly ramping up behind the scenes? It's because they know something the average investor doesn't. They know that cross-border payments, one of the most critical functions of global finance, are broken beyond repair. They know that the legacy systems are outdated, inefficient, and completely unsustainable in a world that demands instant, seamless transactions. And they know that Stellar is positioning itself right at the center of the solution. This isn't speculation. We're talking about real adoption, regulatory breakthroughs, and financial institutions preparing for a shift that most people won't see coming. Which brings us to the most important part. What happens when the rest of the world finally wakes up to what's happening? Because make no mistake, this opportunity has a window. If you're not ahead of it, you could be watching from the sidelines as institutions lock in their positions before the biggest gains even begin. So, don't just watch this video, watch it all the way through. Because if you miss what's coming next, you might find yourself asking the same question too many investors regret asking. Why didn't I see this sooner? Now let's break it all down. Stellar's strategic timing. Why Paris Blockchain Week 2025 matters. Let's dive into a critical question. Why is Stellar making such a bold, calculated move right now? It's no coincidence that Stellar is staking its claim at Paris Blockchain Week 2025. This isn't just another crypto event. It's the event. It's where the titans of finance, tech, and regulation converge to determine the future of global financial systems. So, what's going on at this powerhouse gathering? Well, let's break it down. Central banks, the institutions with the power to control the world's currencies, are getting serious about their next phase of digital currency adoption. These are the ones that will define the future of money. Regulators, the gatekeepers of policy, are crafting the laws that will determine which cryptocurrencies will thrive and which will fade into obscurity. They hold the power to decide what's allowed, what's not, and who gets the keys to the financial kingdom. Big tech giants, the likes of Google, Amazon, and others, are eyeing blockchain technology for the next big leap forward in their operations. They're not just watching from the sidelines, they want to integrate blockchain into their core operations, and they want the best of the best. And now, here's the most important part. Stellar is going to be right at the center of those crucial conversations. This isn't by accident. This is strategic positioning at its finest. Now, let's talk about why that's critical for you, and why it matters in the big picture. The institutions that control trillions of dollars are not out here searching for the next flavor of the month in crypto. They're looking for something far more substantial. They want something that's stable, scalable, and most importantly, compliant. Something that has real-world application and is built to last. That's where Stellar shines. Over the years, Stellar has been quietly but meticulously building the infrastructure needed to meet the demands of global finance. They've been focused on creating a solution that not only works in theory but actually delivers in practice. But here's where the plot thickens. What if Paris Blockchain Week 2025 is the moment Stellar drops a bombshell? What if this is the place where they announce a game-changing partnership that sends shockwaves through the entire crypto and financial landscape? Based on the signals we're seeing, it's looking more and more likely that this is exactly what's on the horizon. Stellar isn't just showing up to Paris Blockchain Week. They're showing up to make a massive impact. And when they do, it's going to change everything. Now, before we get into the real impact of Stellar's cross-border payment play, let's make one thing clear. This isn't just about speculation. This is about real-world adoption. And if you're serious about staying ahead of the biggest crypto opportunities, make sure you subscribe to Be Crypto Smart right now. Because by the time the mainstream media starts covering this, the window to position yourself could already be closing. Let's keep going. Why cross-border payments are the holy grail of blockchain. Let's talk about something most retail investors miss entirely. Cross-border payments are hands down one of the biggest untapped opportunities in the entire blockchain space. Why? Because the system we have right now is a mess, so broken that no one can deny it. And here's the kicker. It's beyond repair. We're talking about outdated infrastructure that's clinging to life, yet the entire global financial system depends on it. High fees that are eating up billions of dollars every year, money that could be used for innovation or better services, but instead, it just vanishes into the pockets of intermediaries. Slow processing times that cause transactions to drag on for days, sometimes even weeks, especially when you're crossing borders. But here's the biggest issue that most people overlook. The banks don't have a real solution. They're simply not equipped to handle the complexity and scale of modern cross-border payments. So what's their answer? They keep patching up the old system with band-aids. But no matter how many band-aids they apply, it doesn't fix the root problem. Now think about it. Western Union? Sure, they've been around forever, but they're still expensive and slow, making them an ideal target for disruption. SWIFT? It's like the grandfather of financial messaging, a relic from the 1970s that's limping along, outdated and inefficient. Central bank digital currencies? CBDCs? Sure, they sound nice in theory, but they're still just ideas on paper. They don't even exist in any meaningful way yet. And then there's Stellar. Stellar's not just talking about the future of payments, they've already built it. Instant settlements that make waiting for days a thing of the past. Ultra-low fees that completely crush the existing system. Stellar's cost structure is so low it practically makes the traditional methods look ridiculous by comparison. Global reach with real adoption happening right now, in real-world use cases, not just theoretical projections. And here's why this matters more than ever. The institutions with the power to shape the financial future are finally waking up to the truth. They don't care about meme coins or hype-driven altcoins that are here 1 minute and gone the next. They want something that works, something that can be scaled, something that's reliable, something that can transform the way money moves across the world. And Stellar? Stellar is one of the very few blockchains with the track record, technology, and infrastructure to actually deliver. This is where Stellar's opportunity lies. Cross-border payments aren't just the future. They're the holy grail of blockchain. And Stellar has already unlocked it. The master plan. Stellar's next big partnership. Now, let's zero in on the biggest wildcard in all of this. Who is Stellar about to partner with next? And make no mistake about it, Stellar didn't show up at Paris Blockchain Week just to exchange pleasantries. No, they're there for something much bigger. While many are still focused on the event itself, the real game changer might be something that's quietly bubbling beneath the surface. There are already strong rumors circulating that Stellar is in advanced discussions with some of the most powerful players in global finance. We're talking about players who have the power to reshape the entire crypto landscape. So, who could these mystery partners be? Let's break it down. A central bank integration? Imagine Stellar powering a country's digital currency. That would be monumental. Governments are leaning heavily into blockchain, and Stellar has been setting the stage for this moment for years. A partnership with a global payments giant? Think of the possibilities if Stellar teams up with someone like PayPal, Visa, or MasterCard. It could be the final nail in the coffin for traditional payment systems, as Stellar's blockchain would bring instant settlements and ultra-low fees to millions, if not billions, of users. Or even an unexpected alliance that would completely flip the script and take everyone by surprise. Sometimes, the most powerful partnerships are the ones no one sees coming. The element of surprise can change everything. Here's why this matters. If Stellar locks in a major partnership during Paris Blockchain Week, XLM's market positioning will shift dramatically, and not just in a small way. We're talking about a complete transformation of how the market perceives Stellar and its potential. This isn't just some wild speculation either. The signs are already there. Stellar has been quietly positioning itself in the right places, making the right moves, and getting the attention of the people who matter most. The behind-the-scenes groundwork is already being laid. And when that news breaks, The floodgates will open. Everyone who's been sitting on the sidelines, doubting Stellar's potential, will suddenly realize they've missed the boat. The scramble to get in will be real. And if you're not prepared, you'll be left chasing the wave. This isn't just about a partnership, it's about changing the game. Stellar is on the brink of something massive. And Paris Blockchain Week could be the exact moment everything falls into place. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of 99% of the market. You're thinking long-term, not just chasing short-term pumps. And that's exactly why you need to stay ahead of these major moves before they happen. So take 2 seconds to smash that like button, because the more we push this information out, the more people wake up to what's coming next. Now, let's wrap this up with the most important part. What happens next? Alright, let's hit the reset button and recap everything we've covered so far. Stellar is about to make one of the boldest moves in its history at Paris Blockchain Week 2025. This isn't just a typical event. It's the moment that could define the next chapter for Stellar. Cross-border payments, a trillion-dollar industry, remain one of the biggest untapped opportunities in blockchain. And the big players, the banks and financial institutions, still haven't cracked the code. And if Stellar secures a major institutional partnership at Paris Blockchain Week, it will mark the start of something game-changing. We're talking about the type of shift that could make XLM surge in ways we haven't seen before. But here's the kicker. If you're waiting for the news to break before making your move, you're already behind the curve. Let that sink in. By the time the mainstream media catches wind of the partnership, the XLM price could already be skyrocketing. The institutions will have already made their moves, and by the time the broader market realizes what's happening, the train will have already left the station. So the real question is, are you going to position yourself now, while there's still time to ride this wave? Or will you be one of the thousands chasing after the news when it's already too late? Because here's the reality. Timing is everything. You don't want to be the person who looks back a few months from now and says, I wish I had acted sooner. You want to be the one who saw this coming, who saw the potential and took action while the opportunities were still on the table. The writing is on the wall. Stellar is poised for something huge, and XLM's market dynamics are about to shift. This is the moment to position yourself, before the rest of the world catches on. The question is, are you ready? The institutions are already preparing. The question is, are you? Think about it. The major players in global finance are already making their moves, laying the groundwork for what's about to unfold. The question isn't whether something massive is coming. The question is, are you prepared to take advantage of it? If you want to stay ahead of the biggest crypto shifts before they happen, you need to be in the know. And the best way to ensure that, subscribe to Be Crypto Smart right now. This channel is your go-to source for breaking down the game-changing moves in the crypto world before they explode in the mainstream. But don't just stop at subscribing. Turn on notifications so you're always the first to know when the next big development drops. Because trust me, when this news hits, you don't want to be the one left scrambling to catch up. And hey, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Where do you see Stellar heading next? What do you think about the upcoming Paris Blockchain Week? Let's get the conversation going and share our predictions. But most importantly, be ready. When the news breaks, everything could change overnight. You won't have time to second guess. The momentum will be unstoppable. The biggest opportunities won't wait for anyone. This isn't just another crypto event. This is a turning point, and by the time everyone catches on, those who were proactive will already be miles ahead. The opportunities you have right now might be gone in an instant. The window is closing. So stay sharp, stay ahead, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's crush it together.